This is SLP TV, Thoughts on Life, Episode 2. I started out doing it with Part 1, Part 2, but that's for books. This is Episode 2. The first one was Episode 1, no matter what the title is. If you don't like that, get out of the room. This is going to be the first one with me on a tiny, tiny, tiny little camera. It is 8 p.m. on April the 6th. And let's talk about random stuff like deliveries, Amazon, eBay, whatnot. We're ordering more stuff online these days. Can you guess why? Because everyone is at home. So what do? You start to think, I'm missing out on something, and you're really not. I need to do something. I need to buy something, and you really don't. I need to go to eBay. You really shouldn't. Look at that electronic device that I've been wanting all this time. For all these years, I've been wanting this electronic device. You really didn't. You're just trying to fulfill a need that the COVID virus has taken away from us. The ability to just get out of the house and not have to worry about stuff. But let's say you did buy a device that you wanted for all these years and you didn't decide to buy it until just now when COVID virus has got you locked up in the house. You buy it, you start looking at the dates. Okay, it'll be here on this date. That's only about a week and a half away. You wait the day before, you're like, where is this? Because you know you're impatient. You're bored. The day of, you might even call the post office. And you may actually get somebody. What are you going to do when you get somebody? Hey, my package was supposed to come in yesterday. No, it wasn't. Could you check the tracking number to see if it's already in yet, or if you got it maybe sitting in a corner of your office? Chances are they probably don't. Yes, sir. What is the tracking number? 9,500, 200, 300, 400, 500. You give them the whole spiel because we know those numbers are long. Oh, sir, this hasn't come in yet. It's not due to arrive until tomorrow. Oh, okay, I was just checking. You hang up thinking, damn, I was hoping it was going to be here early. She is hanging up going, man, this guy's impatient. So, the day of the arrival of your item shows up. You wait patiently. You know what time the mail arrives, or at least within a half an hour to an hour of when your mail is supposed to arrive. You might drive by a couple times. Look at the mailbox. Get that little frown on your face you didn't know you had because you were too busy focusing on that mailbox that hasn't been touched since the day before when you weren't supposed to be getting the item in the first place. You make an excuse to go to the store. Honey, I'll be back. I got to go get something. You didn't need to, but you went anyway. So you pass that mailbox. Damn. No mailman. You go, you get your milk, your Fritos, your fries, your burger, or whatever it is you want to go get. Hell, you might get it all because you're stuck inside and you can't eat in the restaurant. At least in most areas you can't. Now you're coming home, you're hauling butt in that hoopty or whatever it is you're driving. Just got to get home. Just got to get home. No, what you're wanting to do is get to that mailbox. You get there, mailman is there. You see that beautiful white truck with the numbers on the back and that big old blue eagle on it. You're like, yes, I get my package. You stop by there, you roll your window down. Why? Because you're lazy anyway. Hey, sir. Mailman looks over. Hey, how's it going? Are you doing packages yet? No, sir, not there yet. Damn. So you may go to the house, or you may just stay there and bug the mailman until he decides in his own mind that he's tired of seeing you and gives you the package. But let's say you're patient. Sorta. You go to the house. Honey, I got the groceries. You didn't go get the groceries. You just went out to get a couple things. That's not getting groceries. Okay, you know it all. 5 minutes goes by. It seems like an eternity. An eternity goes by. 20 seconds later, you're already out the door heading up to get your mail. Mailman still isn't done. Why? Because it only took you 5 minutes to get all the way back to him, when in your mind it was an eternity. So the mailman gives you the package. Or does he? Sir, did I get a package? Because you just checked your mail. There's nothing in there. And what did your package say? Your tracking on the package say? It's supposed to be here today. It's supposed to be here today, mailman goes. Well, maybe it didn't make it out. Sometimes they're delayed. Where'd you order your package from? I ordered it from China. There you go. So then another day goes by. You repeat all the things you did the day before. Your mailman thinks you're crazy. Another day goes by. Guess what? You still do the crazy thing because you're still impatient. Third day goes by. Now we know there's a problem. You get in touch with the person that you bought the package from. And you type to him, "Dear sir, I ordered a package from you 2 months ago." That's what it is in most cases. But really, in this case, you looked it up, and it said it was in the United States. But the guy is from China. You think, how the heck did he do that? Oh, he must have a postal hub somewhere in the States. That's how he's able to tell you he could get it here within a week. Well, guess what? Your package still isn't there. You leave your nice little message. It was supposed to get here on this date, sir. What happened? 2 days goes by. You're woken up in the middle of the night. Because remember, you just emailed China. Your little email tone goes off. Whatever you've chosen to annoy you to the point where you have to check your phone every 5 minutes. Dear sir, delay in package could be due to the Chinese holidays. Which is something most of them say, which is not true because there's not a holiday every single day of the year. Especially one that's going to hold up business. That's just a generic response. Please, kindly wait longer. You've already waited 3, maybe 4 days past the day it was expected to arrive. Then the big day comes. You've lost all interest because you don't think a package is coming. You think you're going to have to get your refund. Your package finally shows up. You're like, this package looks a lot smaller than it's supposed to be. You look at it, it's addressed to someone else. Man, what a disappointment. You take it to the post office. Now, if it's COVID-19 post office, or technically 2020, there's a big old plastic sheet in front of you, and a whole line of people waiting to get in. You're in there for half an hour, 45 minutes. You finally make it up to the counter. Ma'am, this package doesn't belong to me. Thank you, sir. Ma'am, could you check my tracking number? She's nice enough, so she checks your tracking number. Finds out they don't know where it is. Your package is lost. Now you have to get either a refund or have them send a new package out. What do you do? Well, that kind of happened to me today. Wasn't 2 to 3 days, but the package was actually supposed to be here yesterday, and I was a little more impatient than the story. I got a hold of the person asking, "Hey, what's going on? This package was supposed to be here yesterday." He says, "I could give you a refund, or I could send you a new piece." And I sent him a message. He's actually pretty quick to respond. How long would it take for you to get the item here? Because I was expecting it yesterday. Depending on that is whether I'll want a refund or I'll want a replacement. His next response, an hour later, "You have received a refund." So now you got to reshop for the item. Yes, that actually happened to me. We got to keep on top of our packages, people. Not only when we're ordering them, when we're receiving them as well, because we got porch pirates running around. Let's see here. This Treasure Island. You can look it up. It's in Arlington, Texas. On the Neighbors app, Apparently, for 2 days in a row, maybe 3 days in a row, someone said it happens a lot. Their mailboxes have been open. Now, they blame the mail carrier. It's possible you might have a mail carrier that's really lazy and not closing the doors. And then you see somebody talking about how their car was parked in the way. You know, they're not required to have to go between your vehicle and the mailbox to put your mail in. This is where common sense and actual uh, rudeness comes in. If you're rude, you don't care where you park. You park right in front of the mailbox and you expect your mail to be delivered like an entitled jerk. You know what I wish in some cases for people like that? I wish the mail carrier could just toss it in your yard because you want to be a jerk. And there's people out there that literally do that on purpose. Stop being jerks, people. This includes the people that like to come and steal your packages. They need to have harsher punishments for people that steal packages off porches. They got a video of a guy jumping out of. They say it looks like a kid. Yeah, I say he looks a little bit more than a teenager. He jumps out, pants are sagging. You can see his red underwear. And I never understood that. How you gonna not tie your shoes or run around with your britches sagging off your stupid butt and you're going to rob someone? Common sense would say that makes it a little harder to get away. I'll just grab you by your belt loop and yank your pants down and let you trip over your stupid ankles. But anyway, they got video of this guy running up from the silver truck, snagging this guy's package right off his porch. Let me tell you what, I've seen faster criminals in my day. This guy, busting a sag, almost trips on himself, running to the truck, running from a property with a package to the silver truck that takes off like a bat out of hell. Right behind them, a black vehicle that wasn't even paying attention. Oh, this looks normal. Dumb. Just dumb. Later on that day, there's a new message. Someone earlier that day before the package theft was robbed at gunpoint, carjacked. Guess what type of vehicle they took? It was a silver truck. Could be the same one that stole the packages. Here's what I'm learning over the last 2 to 3 years. Well, 3 to 4 years now. I've been guarding my neighborhood. You'd be surprised what happens at night. Got it kind of slowed down here because I put a few people in jail and I scared a few people off with my gun. You'll see those videos on SLP TV. If you're lucky enough to know where it is, this should be playing on there. If you don't know, look at the name of the tracks. Anyway, got 3 teenagers. Well, 2 teenagers and an adult in an open field, still on the property. They've got stolen credit cards. They've got stolen money. Kid even dropped a bag of weed. Came back the next day, found out it really was weed. Dropped it. Guess who was right there to see it and didn't do anything about it? The one Fort Worth police officer that I don't think I've ever met him. He didn't seem like he wanted to be there. He just wanted to chillax. Hands in his pocket and everything. But you got stolen credit cards that fall out of the 20-year-old's pocket. I know because I know where I dropped him with the gun. I didn't shoot him. I had to pull the gun on these idiots because I don't know what they've got. I've been getting internet traffic that someone's been pointing guns with green lasers at people. And that someone is people that are going into people's cars, which is what these kids are doing. 20-year-old, 17-year-old, 13-year-old. Let me tell you what, that 13-year-old had the worst mouth on him than any of them. And the wallet came out of the 20-year-old's pocket. Everything in the field was dew covered. Wet. For those of you that don't know what that means. The field was wet. It was 2 a.m. in the morning. And this kid drops it out of his pocket because that's where the wallet was found. in the middle of a wet field, and the wallet was dry as a bone. And it's one of those little ladies' leather wallets. You know, the ones that unzip. The ones that stretch when they had more stuff in them just before you found it. This kid in front of the cop, first of all, he dropped a bag of weed. The cop's response to me telling him that, and my extra witness that witnessed him do it, Fort Worth doesn't test for weed. So apparently they're not worried about that, and the fact that he's a 13-year-old. We called him out on it before we even told the cop. Like, we were telling the cop at the same time. That, you know what this little 13-year-old kid does? I was dropping my lighter and picking it back up. Okay, we're accusing this kid, 13 years old, of dropping a bag of weed, and he's going to make reference that he has a lighter. Why do you need a lighter as a 13-year-old running around neighborhoods, breaking into cars? Either you're using it to smoke the weed, or you're here to do some arson stuff. I don't know, maybe. Officer didn't seem to give a damn. I bring him the wallet. I bring this non-intuitive, non-practicing, non-caring cop the stolen wallet that this 20-year-old dropped. The stolen wallet that is basically still warm from his pocket. And it's dry in the middle of an open field covered with dew. What was missing from the wallet was the money. Go ahead, ask me how I know this. Because that was the other thing that the kid dropped out of his pocket. He had to go pee. So we let him go pee, and he starts dropping things out of his pocket and covering it with the leaves. I literally see him with his foot scrape the leaves off the money. He leaves the bag of weed because, you know, we don't want to get caught with weed. But he pockets the money. 13-year-old pockets a wad of money that is exactly the same size that should have been in that wallet. You know what the cop did? Gives them a free ride home that night. That morning, technically. Free ride home. Stolen wallet, stolen money. Free ride home. They even stole a bag of tools. I even produced the bag of tools that I witnessed them stealing. Nope. Can't do anything about it. So the kids get a free ride home. I return the tools back to the neighbor that they stole it from. Go figure. If nothing got witnessed, how do I know where they live? When I was following the kids and they stole the bag of tools, they laid it down on the sidewalk where I was hiding. So as soon as they left, I took the bag of tools and I pushed it further into the sidewalk just in case they came back to get them in a hurry. They wouldn't be able to find them, and then I could return them later. Had a neighbor that got a little overzealous. What I try to do is I try to witness them getting into a vehicle, which kind of sucks because it's not against the law to go door to door to door and check everybody's door handles to see if you can get into their car. There's no law against it. Isn't that amazing? There is no law that says someone that doesn't even live in your neighborhood, and we're exaggerating this a little bit because just to see how stupid this non-law is, someone from another neighborhood, hell, someone from another universe can come onto your property. Remember, your car is parked on your property. 9 times out of 10, it's parked on your property. This person can enter your property, put their hands on your vehicle, your property, and attempt to open it. Now, whether he gets in it or not is not the point right now. The first rule is, I'm saying they're saying it's not against the law for them to come on your property. They're already trespassing and try to open your door, and then do it to 100 neighbors down from you. I don't know about you, but that sounds whacked out to me. It sounds ridiculous. It sounds crazy. It sounds lazy. Why is there no law preventing or at least punishing those who come on your property, which right there is supposed to be trespassing at the least right there. Putting their hands on your property, you did not give them permission to do that, and then trying to open your door in an obvious attempt to rob you. Excuse me, burglarize you, because robbing is personal. Burglarizing is getting something that is not directly from your hands. I think robbery, you have to be threatened. But they attempt to burglarize you, and if they can get in your car, they will. And they will steal what you have. And if they know how to hotwire, or lo and behold, you happen to leave a key in it, they're going to take your car. And there's nothing you can do about it, just short of putting a bullet in their head from a distance. Because by the time you get out there, if you're even aware, they're already gone. 2 vehicles stolen in the same night. The first one from a neighbor of mine, second one from about 10 to 15 minutes away. What they did is they took my neighbor's car, used it to commit more crimes in other sub-cities of Fort Worth and Dallas area. And then they trashed it. They found the car 2 days later, trashed. There's got to be stiffer penalties. I mean, we got these idiots on video. We got these idiots on pictures. There has to be stiffer penalties for people that are just checking doors. That should at least be an attempted burglary. If not a trespass, at least attempted burglary, especially if you're witnessing them do it to multiple vehicles. It's just crazy to me. It's crazy to me that people are doing this to each other. I have never been so broke. And mind you, I have been at the point where I was eating bologna sandwiches and eating ramen to live. But that's not economics or anything. That's no one else's fault but me. I was just really, really bad with money. I'm a lot better these days. But I've never been so broke where I had to literally go to someone else's property and just jack their stuff. For those of you who don't know what jacked means, steal, just slang. Little thieves, little Alibabas. Stop stealing people's stuff. Let me tell you what, you can't even booby trap your own property for the fact that someone is going to come to commit a burglary or a robbery and get hurt. Oh, no. Tell me a criminal's not going to get hurt. If a criminal gets hurt by any booby trap that you set up, you're in trouble. You are liable. How backwards is that? It's your property. You can't booby trap your own property. People coming onto your property illegally without your permission should know better. We should know better. But for them to have more rights than you should have every right to booby trap your property the way you see fit, as long as it doesn't hurt innocent people. If it hurts a burglar or a robber, I'm all for that. Hell, police sick their dogs on criminals. I mean, it's basically hurting them. Why are they not held liable? Because they're police. Oh, wait a minute. If your dog attacks a criminal while he's on your property in the activity of a crime, you're covered. Dog's gonna chew their butt up. Why can't you set booby traps or little traps to get these little jerks? If they get away, at least you'll leave them with a few marks. Now, we're not talking about setting up shotguns and laser guided missiles or nothing like that. I mean, that could hurt people outside your property. But I'm just talking about like little trip snares for people that are not supposed to be there, set up to obviously catch a human that is not authorized. If someone gets hurt on your property, you are in trouble if you set a booby trap. It's just bogus to me. But anyway, at least I pretty much know what I'm doing. I am going to be watching my neighborhood and every now and then look in other people's neighborhoods, because criminals not going to walk into a neighborhood, look at it, sigh, and go, I can rob this neighborhood for the rest of my life. Why do I need to go anywhere else? No. Criminal is not going to do that. A criminal is going to go neighborhood to neighborhood to neighborhood to street to street to street to car to car to car to wallet to wallet to wallet. He's going to rob you. He's going to burglarize you. And I'm thinking, you know, most of them are not going to travel that far, so it's going to be like a web. A couple of years ago, I looked up all the crime in my neighborhood, my area, and I tried to write down all the times. I came to the conclusion that everything is like a web. It's hard to find the center of the web, though, where the criminal will most likely be living. Sometimes they're random. But it's still basically a web. They hit this neighborhood today, they'll hit that neighborhood the next day, and you don't know which direction they're going to go with it. But they're still going in a web or a giant circle. Yeah, I've heard people say, we need to move. Everywhere there are humans, there's going to be crime. Just remember that. Just be vigilant. Stop hurting other people for no reason at all. You have to have a good reason. Stop robbing each other. You come and rob me or my neighbors or burglarize me and my neighbors and I catch you, I'm going to do what I can to make sure you go to jail, and you be lucky if I don't hurt you. Not saying that's my goal is to hurt you, but it wouldn't exactly break my heart either. Anyway, that's my goal today. Thoughts on Life, episode 2. You guys have a good one. Talk to you on the next one. Hey guys, in your time of boredom during this COVID virus, I hope you enjoyed what you listened to, whether it was something important or something that was just noise. Hey, look at it this way, I could only get better from here. Anyway, this is episode 2. Episode 1's already in the past. Check it out if you missed it. Episode 3 should be up pretty soon. If you're interested, subscribe, like, hit the bell so you don't miss anything that comes through. Share it. And if you share it, I'll be happy. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed yourself. I'll see you on episode 3, or you'll hear me on episode 3. And I look forward to, I don't know, maybe sharing something personal. But we're going to continue to talk about life, thoughts on life. Episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, and we'll see how much further we can go until we go to a new series. Catch you guys later.